What's up, guys? Shaka Daniel here. Broadcasting from the YouTube channel. Chase that coin. Coming to you from New York City, Manhattan. It's snowing up a storm out here. I was gonna say no pun intended, but I don't know. Um, I just wanted to come to you and just have a quick discussion about, well, give you my thoughts on what's a better investment, Bitcoin or precious metals. Precious metals being gold, silver. Now, when I speak of precious metals, I am not talking about owning a derivative of precious metals or paper, owning a like trading silver on forex or trading gold on forex. I mean physical gold and silver. All right? So, when I think about what's a better investment, first of all, I think about the flaws in both of them. They both have their own flaws and they both have their own major upsides and things that make them a good investment. All right. Uh, let's start off with Bitcoin. Bitcoin's flaws is, and the funny thing about Bitcoin is its flaws, some of its flaws actually protect it. I was gonna say the scalability of Bitcoin is a flaw, but Bitcoin being slow to scale is actually somewhat of a good thing because the devs aren't rushing products. All right, they're not rushing products. They're not hard forking left and right. They're taking their time. They're like the tortoise in the race of cryptocurrencies, slow and steady. All right. Um, some people think that because you can't physically hold a Bitcoin in your hand, that it it's not a good investment. But that too is somewhat of a good thing because yes, you cannot hold it in your hand, but because you can't hold it in your hand, it makes it, if you store it right, it makes it hard for someone to take it away from you. All right. Now the upside, the positive things about Bitcoin, some of the positive things, I'm pretty sure we could think about more negative things and more positive things, but I just want to give a couple. With Bitcoin, one of the positive things is that it has much more room to increase in value for the upside versus other investments. Um, it's a new technology. All right. Right now, people use Bitcoin to buy things as a store of value, but that's just scratching the surface of Bitcoin. All right. So when you hear these people talk about blockchain and the advantages of blockchain, they're just being stubborn and they don't want to promote Bitcoin. But what they're really saying is the advantages of Bitcoin. Because in my opinion, there is no blockchain without Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the reason that these miners want to secure the network. All right. Who's going to secure the network if there is no token of value to inspire them to secure this network? Right? Nobody's going to voluntarily secure this network. All right. So Bitcoin has a lot of room to grow. It's a new technology that can be used for multiple things, and I think the future of Bitcoin is very bright. All right. Now let's get into precious metals. Precious metals. Some of the flaws in precious metals is that, well, one of its flaws one of its flaws that is still somewhat of a positive is it's a physical asset. It's a physical thing. You can hold it in your hand. You can put it somewhere in your house or whatever, or in a safe, and you can leave and come back and you're gonna know that it's still there. All right. But that too is a bad thing because you can put this thing down, right? I can put let's say if I have 100 ounces of silver, right? I can put it down in my apartment, and let's say I have some company over, and this company is not the best person that to have around me, and let's say I go to the bathroom or something, and this person finds my physical silver. There is nothing that's going to stop them from taking my physical silver or my physical gold. So that's a flaw and somewhat of a good thing. Now, with precious metals, gold and silver, as a positive, it's a proven, it's proven that gold and silver is a safe place to hold your money. All right. And gold and silver has increased in value over the years multiple times. All right. But the upside for gold and silver, I think, is a little bit more limited. As you can see, gold and silver doesn't shoot up in price normally. And there's something in the markets that I'm not sure exactly the name of it. It slips my mind right now. But it's basically something that triggers in the market if the price of gold and silver goes too high. So if the price of gold and silver, and don't quote me on these numbers, but if the price in gold and silver goes up, like shoots up like $5, the market will basically shut down. The trading will stop, and the price of it won't go up anymore. It's basically it's something that the market has built in as a fail safe. I'm not sure. The only reason that I could think that was added into the market is for manipulation. All right, so both of these things have their flaws, their pros and their cons, and I personally own both. I don't own any gold coins. I have some gold jewelry, but I don't even really count that. But I do have physical silver coins, and not for any doomsday Armageddon situation, but if that was to happen, hey, I got it. I have some, but more so just because I try not to be too biased towards one investment. All right. If you don't take anything away from this video, guys, take this one thing away from it. Do not marry your investment. All right. Do not marry your investment. Whether it be gold and silver, whether it be anything, do not marry your investment. Sometimes, not sometimes, in my opinion, it is better to be ready to sell something off and reposition yourself rather than hold it on the way down and just hope and pray. All right. And that just brought me to another pro of Bitcoin. Bitcoin is a little bit more easy to sell than physical gold and silver. If I have a Bitcoin, I can sell it via exchanges, Poloniex, Kraken, Kraken, Coinbase, or whatever. I can sell it with a click of a button. All right. With physical gold and silver, if the market shoots down, I have to go and get my physical gold and silver from wherever I have it, and drive to the nearest shop and deal with the premiums. They're not gonna want to give me spot. Usually, when you're selling, they try to give you under spot. So, you just have to weigh the pros and cons, and whichever you feel is better, maybe invest a little bit more in that. Whether you feel Bitcoin is better, invest a little bit more in Bitcoin, but don't be totally biased to Bitcoin and ignore gold and silver, which has been around, which humans have been using for transactions forever. Okay, so that's what I have to say about that. I know you guys were expecting a interview today for Augmenters Games, but the ICO has been pushed back until January. So we decided to also push back the investors Q&A until January. And I don't think a lot of people are aware of what Augmenter's game is. I think anybody who holds Bitcoin should be very excited about Augmenter's game. All right, it's a Bitcoin. It's a game that's based on the Bitcoin blockchain. This is going to bring a lot of awareness to cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. All right. So if you hold Bitcoin, if you're a holder of Bitcoin, I think that the Bitcoin community should be a lot more excited about this. Vinny Lingham, who is a VC and a member of Shark Tank South Africa, gave Kyle Heffernan and Michael Jobert an investment of, I think, 60 Bitcoins for a set percentage of their company. I think it was 15 or 20%. And Vinny Lingham, if you don't know, is a very big part of Bitcoin. All right, he made things like Gift, which you can trade your you can take your Bitcoin and buy physical gift cards. So Vinny Lingham has an eye for good investments. Okay, and if you know anything about Shark Tanks, usually products that are on Shark Tank and get investments from the VCs on Shark Tank have a high success rate, and a lot of attention is brought to these projects. So be on the lookout for my Q&A with Augmenter Game founders, and do your research on that and look into that. And I think everybody in the Bitcoin community should be pretty excited about that. Well, give me a thumbs up, guys, thumbs down, share this around, and keep chasing those coins, gentlemen.